expand.
It was just a pause, a moment where I hold back a lifetime of cynicism and disappointment. But she hears it like I'm filling the room with air raid sirens.
You live in a flying city, Gia. A city kept alive with technology so foreign 80 years ago that we'd be like gods to our grandparents. It's solvable.
You're in the lowers, as requested and paid for. What were you planning once you got here?
First, I thought I'd have to find a place to live, of course. I have some money.
The girl goes paler than the moon in a crystal bath. A moment of clarity and a possible lifetime of hopelessness.
It was in my case. All of it. I have nothing.
Ali dentro de carro. Oh,
She
menina
looks
burra.
up at me, eyes suddenly welling into baby blue pools that flood the dwindling room.
I don't have anyone I can ask for a loan. Everyone's... They're dead. All of them. He killed them. And now he's followed me here. He won't stop, will he? He's going to find me again. And I won't be able to fix the well, and...
Acordar de estado, tranquilizá-la.
You've got me protecting you, Nellie. He isn't going to lay a hand on you. I'll talk to someone who could help, but I need you to focus. Those goons stole my car and your briefcase. And right now, you might be the only real lead I have.
What can I do? I told you everything I know.
Not everything.
Não sei se essa 3 é muito inteligente, porque, cara, ela é uma mina que se veste toda de branco, né, cara? A mina não é nem um pouco discreta, né?
I don't get it. You're from Olympus Park. You got money. And you just leave without talking to anyone?
I needed to disappear quickly. Apparently, I'm not all that good at it. I didn't have time to pack. I took the first ferry I could find, and it left me in Astoria Bay. Fortunately, when I told a very nice officer I needed to get to the lowers, he referred me to Mr. Blanc.
Knowing Mr. Blanc, that referral didn't happen by chance. He's got eyes in every dark corner of the city. If a bird from the heights flew down on an air of mystery, he'd want to know why. He called you by your name. We're looking at someone who's done his research, or someone who's got something personal on you. Got any enemies up there?
No!
You sure? You didn't piss off some other brainiac with a better showing at the science fair?
No?
You running from family? Some bigwig who made a pass at you? Jilted husband?
I'm not. I've never been... married? I don't have the time. Or the interest. But even if I did, I haven't had any gentleman callers. Or really met any gentlemen. Aside from Professor Gardner, of course, but he doesn't count. Not in that way.
This Professor Gardner's come up a few times. Who is he?
Oh, Professor Gardner, Alistair Gardner, was one of the first people recruited to the Helicline Institute. He's one of their spokesmen, too. He even oversaw my application. The other adjudicators were reluctant. Everyone else was so much more senior and older, too. But Alistair fought for me. He called my skills and my desire for a better world a brilliant ambition. He helped look after me during my stay at Olympus Park. It helps that he supervised the lab that I worked in.
Something doesn't add up. Most of us will never see the heights, let alone Olympus Park. How'd someone like him get inside?
I don't know. Must have broken in. Or stolen access? Disguised himself, maybe? But you can't just stroll through. I had to go through an extensive vetting process to even be allowed to visit.
So he's found you twice. Once in the heights, and then again after hiding with Mr. Blanc. He'll probably track you down here, too.
You think?
She starts to retreat back into her shell. Damn it. I was just getting somewhere. If I'm going to get anything useful out of this, I gotta give her something to latch on to. Hey, look at me. This chump isn't getting away with this. I'm going to take care of him. Going to get my car and your briefcase back.
Really?
It's a matter of personal and professional pride. I don't like when people mess with what's mine. Just stay here and don't touch anything. I'll be back soon.
Wait! I'm going with you.
Ela não quer ficar sozinha, né? Mas é perigoso lá fora. Tem um cara querendo matar ela, ó. Também é perigoso deixar ela aqui sozinha.
And why should I do that? You're a doe in headlights most of the time.
Well, for a lot of reasons, actually. For starters, I'm excellent company. I'm also smart and amazing at aethonics. I'm sure that could really come in handy out there. But if not, well, let's be honest with each other. I need you to find that man. He has my briefcase. You need your car back, and you can do that by finding him. If he's following me, then that's good news. The best way for you to find him is for him to find me. Us.
Foolhardy or brave, like going all in before the flop in a high-stakes hold'em round. I'll give the kid this much. She's earnest to a fault. Okay, but first I need to see a gal about a car. Until I'm back, stay put. Cress is already gonna be in a bad enough mood when she hears about the car. She doesn't need me ambushing her with this bundle of trouble too. Cress Carter is the only person in the whole who could sell me something with 4 repulsors and a steering wheel. Only one issue. I'm broke. Fortunately, I have something more valuable to her than a wad of cash.
Aí,
If
então esse
there's
vinil
anything that
é
can
pra ela.
soften bad news and a steep ask from Cress, it's a fresh record with a smooth baritone.
Ah, então ela gosta de disco e
I
cachimbo.
second guess leaving the girl idle in my room. She's the curious kind that could find trouble with her eyes closed and feet tied. I don't live like royalty, but I got a few shabby creature comforts around. Maybe it's enough to keep the girl's hands busy. Try one of these. Cloud Captain never fails to cheer me up.
Oh, thanks, Gia.
She starts to flip through the pages as I leave, her eyes landing longer on the page with Cloud Captain's devilish smile.
Ih, tinha como escolher alguma coisa ali?
Miss. Clear
Não tem
skies
nada
to
novo
it.
aqui. Vamos lá falar com a menina. Tem um gato aqui, Percy. Ih, ele tá bravo comigo. O que eu te fiz,
She
cara?
works tirelessly on that arm of hers, obsessing over it, making sure that it's not useless. Sometimes I wonder if she's talking about herself more than her arm. Some people laugh when adults are afraid of the dark. From what Cress has gone through, I'd be more worried if she wasn't.
Ela passou por algum trauma, ó. Cara, eu gostei da mecânica dela. Fala, moça, eu perdi meu
Cress?
carro.
The whole doesn't ask much of its residents. Stay quiet, don't draw attention, find comfort in the dark. Despite growing up in Aether in the Undercity, Cress Carter refused to abide. From behind a junker made more of rust than steel, 2 faintly glowing points rise. Cress appears, pale, milky eyes already wary and fixed to joust.
Where's my baby, 8-Shot?
Ih, rapaz. É brabo,
The
hein?
low, angry rumble of the island's Aether generators shake the floor in protest of their nature-defying feat. I hope it stifles the sound of my pulse. This is news I don't want to break.
Caro curativo de uma vez. Nossa, vou tentar amenizar a situação aqui, velho. Vamos ver. 6. Eu perco.
That's one hell of a car there. Looks like I grasp for anything I recognize. The ornament is gone, rust has taken the grille, the paint has molted to reveal an odd color of metal. It's a fossil of some dinosaur that should have stayed buried. Flight balancing is off.
This is an old combustion engine glued to a sack of rust, Gia. It's not flying anywhere. Something's wrong.
I lost the car, Cress.
You lost it? You here then to beg for your life?
I need help getting it back. An iceberg lugged 3,000 miles from the North Pole and thrown in the corner wouldn't have made this room any colder. Cress, Look, I don't come empty-handed. Here, found this on one of my jobs.
Pneu de Coleman Hawkins. Sei que você gosta, toma. Vai tomando.
You think you can bribe me with a Coleman Hawkins? Damn. Okay, I'm listening.
She's still
Nice.
out there. My guess is White Street. The thief was after something in a hidden compartment.
Ela tem
And they won't get it
chicote.
open without help. White Street will take apart anything if they get to keep the parts.
Eles vão
I'm
desmontar.
listening for an apology, Gia. That wasn't just your car. It was hours, days of my blood, sweat, and tears to make it work.
Calma,
You
vou
think I don't
recuperar.
feel bad enough as is?
Ela tá mais
I'm
triste pelo meu
sorry,
carro do
Cress.
que eu.
It's this job I'm on. This client, some hotshots after her. Same punk who took the car.
Apology accepted, if you get our baby back. Now, this job. I thought you were taking things easy still. Honestly, surprised you found work at all. It's only been a year since your uncle died. How you holding up?
Ah, meu tio era o rapaz da foto. Ah, essa aqui é praticamente minha melhor amiga, né? Vamos dizer que tem alguns
It's
trem
this
na frente.
client. There's something off about her.
Off? How?
Can't place it yet. Too many questions. Doesn't help that she's from the Heights.
Well, there's your problem. Anyone who lives that high up has a screw loose.
Eu não tem
Not
hora
enough
não, né?
oxygen.
Mas de
Shouldn't
demorar
trust any
muito
of those
aqui, o cara
airheads.
foi lá pegar a menina.
I might have to if I want to get my car back.
Be careful out there, Gia.
Work's dried up. Even the easy jobs that no one wants. What I can get is barely enough to get by.
Have you considered calling in that favor Needles owes you? He's working in White Street now. Pretty sure he could get you a job if you need it. Yeah, he's been busy lately.
Quem é o Agulhas?
Needles? I'm not talking to that prick, not in 100 years. Not sure who would shoot first if we saw each other again. No, Cress, not him.
Será que ele me traiu?
Wait, are you keeping tabs on him?
You're not the only smuggler that's good at what they do. He's also one of the few who still runs in White Street. Aether over there don't have many options, especially with that tyrant and his constant
Ah, eu
wars.
sou contrabandista.
War in White Street wasn't new, and it wasn't worth the small talk, or the bad memories that come with it. Not right now, Cress. I just want to stay focused, find my car. I bet by now she's in the hands of some White Street chop shop. I need your help, Cress.
2 favors then. A car, and I assume a lead in White Street.
Her eyes go distant. She never told me who she lost when White Street's Baron executed his last purge, but she disappeared for a week afterwards. When she finally returned, someone else walked around in Cress's leather shoes. She
Cara,
pulls out a
como ela
pencil,
perdeu esse braço também?
scribbling
Tô
a
curioso.
symbol on an old
Cara,
stale
essa personagem é
coffee filter
misteriosa,
plucked
né?
from the ground.
Cara, a gente vai descobrir aos poucos.
North White Street Harbor, Pier 9. Say I sent you. You'll find some Aetherians who can help. Maybe. As for the car, got a lemon out back. Not much, but it's a start. Bring it around, and maybe I can get it working. Take these repair kits too, in case you get in a scrap.
Kit reparo que eu vou curar. Como é que eu... O passageiro então vai me ajudar em alguma coisa? Dois kits reparo, inventário atualizado, dá um símbolo de eterneiro desenhado à mão aos bolsos.
Thanks, Cress.
Yeah. Also, Gia, don't be an ass. I'll hear about it.
Eu posso ver mais coisas agora. A personalização de peças, você pode alterar as peças de equipamentos em seus veículos na garagem. Selecione qualquer veículo para visualizar suas peças. Selecione qualquer espaço de peça para visualizar uma lista de todas as peças correspondentes. Equipe novas peças para melhorar os atributos do seu veículo, desbloquear novas habilidades de combate. Escolha com sabedoria. Eu não posso remover então, depois que eu... Também pode dar uma nova camada de tinta ao seu veículo. Selecione diferentes para ver como ficam. Ah, que da hora, cara. Eu posso trocar até o... Olha, e aumenta os atributos. Mais batida, mais energia. Pistola. Eu não vou mexer nele por causa que ele não é meu carro oficial, né? O que é isso aqui? Filho de sucata. Tem nada. O que é isso aqui? Bancada de trabalho. Tem nada pra fazer aqui também. Ah, é aqui que eu conserto. Aqui que eu curo, quer dizer. Dá por veículo. Cofre. Ah, o meu cofre fica vinculado aqui também. Vou pegar, né? Ah, ele ocupa 2 espaços. Então, pera aí. Gatinho, você vai cair, gatinho. Então tá bom, fica aí.
I find the kid where I left her. Several pages deep into the adventures of Cloud Captain.
Gia, how did the meeting go? Smoothly, I hope. Did you have to do a wheel and deal?
Worked something out. Anyway, reading break's over. Let's head out.
Already?
We need to move fast if we even want a chance of finding my car and your briefcase in one piece. Best bet? We start with White Street.
Why there? Is it a smuggler thing?
It's a hunch. White Street's whole business is sanitation and recycling. You need something disposed of on the down low?
Tá. Vou falar nova aqui. Não.
Thank you.
Vamos pegar a balsa então, né? Encontre contrato no porto. Procure o contato da Cris no Pier 9. Vamos lá. Ilha. Porto.
I don't believe in vengeful spirits. If they existed, White Street would have been torn from the sky in retribution for its decades of war. Instead, it stays floating to spite the dead, a withered shell of its former glory. Nellie, I want you to watch me and stay close.
Why? Is something wrong?
Where would I find the time, kid? Or the heart to fill your head with graves of ash, islands on fire in the night, the thunder of war in the skies? That was years ago. But Not yet.
Ah, vamos lá. Nenhum local selecionado, balsa, porto. A gente tem que... Ih, rapaz, tá pegando fogo aqui, ó. Foi aqui que era onde ela tava e queimou tudo? Tá, vamos no porto primeiro, né? A gente tá na balsa. Cadê o porto? Aqui é o porto? Não, aqui é o porto. Pronto, surpresa.
Halt!
Bandidos?
The roads are closed until the demonstration is over. Exit your vehicle and line up for the parade.
Oh, Gia! A parade! Let's go!
If you do not comply, you will be arrested.
Fine. I needed to stretch my legs anyhow. Like a dove on an updraft, the girl flutters off as soon as her heels hit the street, following the music and fanfare to the nearby parade. Hey! I said stay close!
Wowzers. I haven't been to one of these since I was young. Father took me to several, but those weren't as, serious. Where are the floats? The clowns? They're just soldiers. Are all parades in the lowers like this?
Just like this? No. Each baron has their own flavor of showboating to distract from how bleak life is down here. White Street's just eager to march and flash their guns around.
Something big must be going on. Do you know what's happening?
I'm not sure what this is. White Street has been bleeding territory, money, and men for over a decade in its wars with the surrounding barons. This should be a funeral march, not a celebration.
Era só 5, eu...
Through a hail of ticker tape, I swerve my head for a better look, and collide
Agora eu
nose
entendi o mais
first
um.
with
Não é
a
mais
waving
uma
elbow.
jogada, é mais um de mais um só.
Gia, are you okay?
I'm fine, kid. Nothing's broken. Hey, pal. What's the occasion?
The General's unveiling his new machine. Soldiers say it's going to save the lowers.
Save the lowers? Going to take more than some new weapon to do that.
Shh! You want to get us thrown in the tomb? Smile and wave.
He applies more plaster to his smile. I glance around. He's not the only face in the crowd straining to keep the corners of their mouth upright. The cries of support echo emptily. The banners flow without enthusiasm. Like stone pushed through a sieve, the crowd forces out cheers for a devil clad in white.
Is that the Baron of White Street? He must be really popular.
That's Eli Tillingast. Calls himself the General. They cheer because if they don't...
Burn the tyrants!
Que isso, cara? Tem um piromante. Ei, olha a nave dos caras, velho. Que isso, cara? Matou mais do que o cara lá. Aqui é garantir.
One hot blast of light was all it took to disappear a crowd, stunning onlookers like a twisted magic trick. Instead of applause, cries of panic and a stampede of feet clap the pavement, while a putrid smell fills the air. My gut twists as it fights every reckless impulse to run.
Cara, o que eu perco se eu errar aqui? Eu vou tentar aqui, cara. Vou tentar a sorte. Certinho, 7.
A few onlookers run from the scene. My feet are 2 steps after them before my senses yank me by the shoulders. Eli Tillingast doesn't tolerate desertion from anyone. The crowd seconds from dissolving into a frenzied swarm. If I don't grab the kid and move, we're going to get trampled flat. However, we're saved by an unlikely savior.
Hold!
The Baron of White Street stands, gloved hand extended. Despite fear and panic, the crowd obeys, frozen in place by a gentle, assuring gesture.
Let the procession continue.
The music starts back up, and the world moves on Eli's command. Coerced cheers rush to fill terrified silence, while marching boots blot out the scorched earth.
The days where White Street bled tirelessly to save a debaucherous world have come to an end. We will bleed no longer. Our enemies will tremble before a weapon they cannot resist, a weapon they cannot overcome. We will demand our rightful place in the
O maluco
sun
matou
and rid
inocente
the
ali
shadow
sem
of
nem pensar
chaos
duas vezes,
from
filho.
the lowers. We are just. We are strong. We are unsullied.
He pumps his fist and the crowd answers with a deafening cheer. With all eyes back on the general and his grisly procession, I look for Nellie.
Deixa eu ver aqui o que é. Vou tirar aquele vermelho da tela, cara. Como ele não sai? Cara, tutorial do inventário eu não vi não, hein. Contrabando. Pode ser confiscado se for encontrado. Guarde em um local escondido para evitar ser pego. Então se eu estiver contrabandeando tem que lembrar de colocar no porta-luvas. Isso aqui o jogo não me ensinou não, cara. Ainda bem que eu vim ver. Mas não saiu. Tá tudo ali ainda. Droga, hein. Foi aqui. Aqui, sugerências da equipe. Tananã. Tananã. Eu não tenho ponto, né? Ações. Inventário. Arrastar os itens. Ok. Que meu inventário aqui, cara. Desenho à mão, símbolos que semelham uma garra. Meus aliados. Caraca, tem gente pra caramba. Equipe. Ela faz parte da equipe agora. Barões. Pessoas outras. Esse aqui é meu tio. O paterno, inventor criminal de Gia Randoso. Era um contrabandista de sucesso e agente influente entre famílias criminosas da Sicília. Foi emigrado à força de Nova York, onde estabeleceu uma próspera rede clandestina de atividades ilícitas. Um homem naturalmente generoso e de grande coração. Ele se devotou a assegurar que a jovem Gia teria ferramentas para sobreviver às exigências duras da cidade, treinando ela desde a infância em tudo, desde futuras fugas motorizadas. Ela sentiu um amor profundo, duradouro por ele, o que tornou a morte prematura dele extremamente difícil de suportar. Olha, eu acertei, ele é o mentor dela. Achei esse menu meio lento. O assassino. Que tipo de rolo você se meteu, garota? O misterioso agressor chapéu preto segue a Gia e sua protegida. Possui um arsenal considerável e cicatriz suficiente para deixar as mãos de um carpinteiro com inveja. Motivação e objetivo da missão dele ainda são obscuras. Mas seus métodos são transparentes. F. Ó, Blank. Nunca me importei em perguntar o nome verdadeiro dele. Não ia conseguir uma resposta sincera mesmo. Apesar de ser o principal quebra-galho do mundo do Altos, o Sr. Blank é um homem que poucos conhecem bem. Isso se for mesmo um homem, mas para os criminosos empreendedores de figuras poderosas legítimas, ele é a solução ideal para informações fundamentadas e trabalhos bem remunerados, desde que você possa pagar os honorários, claro. Pagar taxista, esse cara aqui, general ali. Será que ele tem referência ao livro de Eli? Alguém tão obcecado com a limpeza deve ser sujo pra cacete. General Eli Tylingest, o barão de White Street. Ele é mestre em juntar ostentação e brutalidade. Não tem nada a ver com um condecorado veterano de guerra, comanda infame brigada sanitária. Ele mantém um controle férreo sobre o seu baranato por meio de um culto de personalidade cuidadosamente cultivado. E há rumores de que ele acabou de fechar um acordo para colocar as mãos em armas ainda mais perigosas e poderosas. Um acontecimento que preocupa. Ei, tá valendo aqui, rapaz. Calma lá. Volta aqui. Preocupa dada sua reputação, do homem disposto a fazer o que foi preciso para manter o poder. Tá, vambora. Vamos achar a menina aqui.
The war banners of White Street once flew over much of the lowers. I dread the day it happens again. These barons are no different than dictators of small countries, playing dress up and throwing their armies around like toy soldiers on the playground. Destruction like that. With weapons like these, they could reclaim everything they've lost, dragging the whole damn city back into war. God help us.
Mas eu consigo salvar a qualquer momento. Ah, ele tá fazendo alguns saves automáticos. É num novo jogo, salvo. Põe um. Entendi. Acabar o jogo. Acho que tá salvando. Consigo dar nome pro save, acho que não tem mais nada pra eu olhar. Tem um cara aqui, ó.
It's only a second, but I spot a glint of metal in the curve of a black brim that resembles a scarred-up bastard. I go for my gun, but he disappears like campfire smoke in the night. Did he spot us? Or am I jumping at ghosts? I scan the whole street. Nothing. Not a hint of the black hat or my car. I decide not to mention it to the kid. After what happened, I'm jumpy enough for the both of us.
O cara sumiu.
Oh, no! That weapon, Red Aether, wasn't to ever... Oh, Gia, those people. Those poor people.
Será que ela ajudou a construir aquilo?
What the hell was that thing, Nellie?
It was never supposed to get out. Never. How did it get out? How?
She buries herself in her hands, breathing hard, wishing with every strained muscle that this nightmare would end. A part of me wants to join her.
I can't stay here, Gia. We have to go.
We can't. Not without attracting serious attention. You saw what happened. If we get caught sneaking out, we'll get shot.
Gia, please.
The kid's bloodless face moves me to glance down the procession line. The tail end's in sight, but the miserable sound of the girl has me second-guessing how long her nerves will hold.
Tá difícil a chance de correr aqui, hein? Vou te falar mansa.
Nellie, look at me. Talk to me. Just tell me what that was.
That weapon used Red Aether, Gia. A highly volatile, highly experimental version of Aether. It's very powerful, but also very unstable. But Red Aether wasn't supposed to...
With nothing more than an empty expression, the kid clams up tighter than a 10-inch steel vise.
Cara, eu não vou correr.
We have to wait the parade out. Hold on just a while longer.
I understand.
The sound of lockstep boots thumping asphalt finally fades into the corpse-stained wind, and the crowd, released from their mandated joy, finally begins to disperse. Silence finds its way back into the world. All at once, the poor kid's nerves crumble like a paper cup, spilling her insides all over the now vacant street. Take it easy, kid. Slow breaths, all right?
Let's get out of here. Now, please.
Yeah, we're done. Enough distance passes that ash and screams and a bright hot light start fading into a bad memory. Nellie breaks the silence.
Is White Street always this awful?
Often enough. White Street's never shied away from putting down opposition with violence. Never heard of them using a weapon like that, though.
But those were their people. He's supposed to be the Baron. Isn't he supposed to listen to their concerns? What about due process?
Look, kid,
Fala baixo.
it might work that way upstairs, but not
Aquele
here.
cara te escutar pra você ver.
The only word that matters down here is the Barons, and in White Street, the chain of command's everything. If Eli says we're going to war, you either fall in line, or you're an enemy.
One might have been bad, but the others were simply calling for peace. Where's the harm in that?
White Street tried the whole peace thing a few years ago. Someone blew them to bits during peace talks. That's not something they'll ever forget.
Ah, vamos lá. Será que vai aparecer outra coisa no meio do caminho? Não. Cadê meu informante? A gente pegou uma aeronave Final Fantasy. Vocês viram aquilo? Tem placa solar na nave.
It's around here somewhere, hidden. What was that symbol?
Are we really going into the Undercity? Will the Aether Rats let us, or are the stories true? You don't think they'll throw us off the island, do you?
Which stories we talking about?
Well, the ones in the papers? I've never met an Aether Rat, so I honestly don't know how much of it is true or not. However, they're supposed to be benevolent, aren't they? They keep our islands in the sky, and in exchange, they get the Undercity, but everyone knows that. I've heard they generally keep to themselves. Except when outsiders sneak into their tunnels. Also, their eyes all turn into a unique shade of pale blue. They glow, too, from what I've read. Like Aether. There are journals that theorize why, but nothing concrete. Or always pleasant.
Madonna. The kid's understanding is as accurate as a stained mirror. Better clear things up before we go in. Look, you can't rely on the stories you read in the papers. You want to avoid getting grounded? Don't call them Aether Rats. They're Aetheniers, and they're good people. I'm guessing you've never met one?
No. There were rules. We weren't really supposed to interact with them. Or see them.
They don't want to be seen down here either. Too many people can't stand the idea that an island floats or sinks on the whim of an Aethenier. Figure a good rat is a scared rat.
They've done it before, haven't they? I've read of islands crashing because of Aether repulsor failure that could only be possible by sabotage.
And blow themselves up out of spite? No island falls without a baron behind it and a list of dead Aetheniers trying to stop it. The world down here isn't one you'll find in your books. Keep that in mind. Now, where's that door? Among the fleet of crates, I spy one out of step. Whoever had nailed this one shut had done a hack job, leaving behind a wobbly lid and a crack just big enough for a finger.
Cara, com certeza. Quero saber o que tem ali.
I stick my finger through the hole, angling past jagged slivers and crooked nails until I find a solid grip. I pull, fighting the groaning, shuddering lid. It gives up with a pop.
Uia! Saquei diversos tamanhos de parafusos Ah não, tá esse saque. Vamos pegar, eu quero tudo. Tudo aqui vai ser meu, vamos colocar no porta-malas. Aqui eu acho que não é... Não é... Não é ilegal, né? Isso aqui eu acho que é ilegal, cara. Isso aqui eu acho que eu não... Isso aqui... Isso aqui eu vou colocar no... Na mão. Mais tempo pra mexer. Cara, eu gostei dessa dinâmica de saquear. A próxima coisa que eu vou upar vai ser força. Keep. Inventário. Cadê as habilidades? Ver que força tá sendo bastante usado. Pelo menos nesse começo aqui. Ah, posso inspecionar? Não. Que é isso, né? Não tenho que mexer mais. Vamos lá.
Careful strokes of paint form an innocuous symbol of a rat paw matching the sketch Cress gave me.
Beleza. Ih, rapaz, é um cara estranho. Ele é o Pooper.
Shopping for trouble? We're just sightseeing real close.
Jeepers! Gia?
A pauper. One of the murderous specters slithering freely through every pipe, waiting to brutalize passers-by. If you listen to the stories. Scary as he is, he's more sentinel than specter. Looking for you, actually. We're friends of Cress Carter. She sent us to ask about a missing car.
Cress Carter?
Strange. Cress's name should mean something. Either he's greener than he looks or he doesn't trust my word. I might need something to loosen his tongue.
Da sucata. Tenho quantos sucata? Eu tenho 30. Eu acho que vou mandar um estrategista aqui, hein? Vou mandar um estrategista aqui.
If he knows more about Cress than what he's saying, there's gotta be a crack in his mask. I reach back for anything to respond with. Something that Cress may have said about a relationship with White Street's Aetherians. I find something. Heard from Cress she helped your Undercity take apart a bus. Had to disassemble it piece by piece to fit it through the door. Nearly snapped her arm strap on the radiator.
A bus? Not wrong, it was a...
The Sentinel immediately slams down on his traitorous tongue. If it were a few words sooner, it might have kept his secret. What was that you said? Cress Carter, Silence. Madonna, I wish I could see behind that mask. He could have been planning vengeance or compliance. I don't find out which until he pounds the space behind him.
And watch yourself.
He melts back into the industrial decay behind him, never once taking his eyes off us. His disembodied voice echoing out one last time.
Or you'll see us again real soon.
Every darkened cranny becomes a potential peephole while we stand there. Like walking to confession blindfolded in a packed cathedral. I can feel hundreds of unseen eyes watching.
Quando tem a setinha aqui é uma ação e logo após...
He gave me the heebie-jeebies. Do you think he...
She's interrupted by a gush of stale air riding the
Logo após segue o jogo, né? Então tem que fazer as perguntas primeiro e depois seguir fazendo... Casal feliz, Alexander e Maria.
Topsiders, why are you here? Hurry, out with it, we're busy.
Lexi, shh. If Harold let them through.
Harold's been wrong before.
Hello, I'm Maria. This is my husband, Alexander.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Nellie. This is Gia. We're not here to bother you while you work on... Oh, is that part of an Aether substructure power converter? I I've always wondered about the older infrastructure.
Nellie, that's not why we're...
Right. Gia's friend, Cress, she's an Aether also. She sent us here because we need your help to find this car of ours that has some important stuff hidden
Nossa,
away
o carro.
inside.
Too desperate, too vulnerable. I lob a cough towards Nellie, hoping she'd quit her rambling so I could get a word in.
Cress sent you? That girl. Fine, let's hear it.
You and Cress close.
We're Aetherats. We're all related. One big happy family.
Lexi, don't be an ass. They're Cress's friends. At least be nice for her sake.
She's running around with all these topsiders causing trouble. And now she risks the three of us.
O cara tem
She
sotaque
should know
russo,
better.
né? E ela tem um sotaque mais latino, né?
It's a subtle movement.
Aquela coisa da minha
Alexander
cabeça.
sends an involuntary glance towards Maria's abdomen before matching my eyes. I couldn't be sure if he was angrier that I caught him, or that he slipped something so personal. These tunnels...
They're so big. Where did they go? Everywhere? Can you get to any part of the island from here? Have you ever gotten lost?
I've known too many smugglers who've disappeared trying to find their way through Aether Rat tunnels. Success promises an unseen and untraceable smuggling route.
No. Aetherats don't get lost. We can smell our way through miles of...
Lexi, would you cut that out, please? It's an innocent enough question.
This tunnel can get you through most of the barony. If you know where you are going. But don't try it. You'll end up stuck in the dark or taking a one-way trip to Old New York.
A 35 Chimera, dumped recently. Have you seen anything? Alexander breaks his scowl with an impish eye and a cracked smile. He knows exactly what we want, and he is going to wring us dry for it.
Maybe. We'll need something in return, though. Eli's new war means that all non-essential requisitions are delayed. That includes water filtration equipment for the Undercity. Now, our water is becoming Aether-tainted.
We can't afford any more of us getting sick. Eli's terriers are already forcing longer and longer shifts to compensate for the fewer numbers.
That's terrible. Of course we'll help. We'll get you everything you need. How do we...
Hang on a sec. Before we agree to anything, I need to know what we're getting into. How much is this info going to cost me?
Water filtration parts, new ones. 1 or 2 crates should do the trick. The more the better.
Peça vital de águas tem que ser nova. 1 ou 2 caixas devem bastar.
How'd any part of White Street lose out on clean water? I thought that's all Eli cared about, aside from his wars.
Our water is kept separate from the rest of the barony's supply. That way, terriers can reward us with clean water if we run low.
With our own supply of fresh water becoming smaller, we have to use water tainted by Aether use. Or find ways to make the terriers give us extra.
Why would Eli risk the lives of his Aethoniers? You keep his islands afloat. If you all start falling sick, his islands are going to start dropping too.
We've asked his terriers the same question. All we get back is, get back to work.
Aethoniers should have priority. But Eli's leaving you without water?
Should be, but the barony's quartermaster says the war means less for us and more for the army.
He's a good man at heart. We have leeway with him, more than with the other officers, but...
Natsuko's a soldier, not a man. He's choked us from the supplies we need for years. Now, with the war, he has every excuse to squeeze tighter.
You'll have those parts. But I'll want to know where my car is as soon as we're back.
You have a deal. Thank you.
Don't trust the quartermaster. And watch yourself around the scrapyard. It's a dangerous place. Gia.
The man leans forward, grabbing my arm and pulling me in close out of earshot of his wife.
Do not bring any heat back here. If you risk the safety of my family, then you can consider your car lost for good. Here, this address used to house a friend of the rats. It's empty now. Use it to lie low if you can't help yourself from getting into trouble.
Alex releases his stone grip and a slip of paper into my hand. Nellie takes his quick, hushed intercession as a desperate request for success.
We'll get everything you need, I promise.
Poor kid. She has no idea.
Legal essa interação, né? Eu queria saber mais do outro cara, eu devia ter perguntado. Aparentemente ela tá grávida, né? Do jeito que ele tá meio que sendo super protetor, né? Dá a entender isso. E com quão desesperado eles estão por água também dá a entender isso, né? Pra criança não ficar... Não nascer com problema de saúde, né? Tem um baú ali, coisa na minha cabeça. Não, é uma casa. Vamos lá. Cadê o... Ele falou que não é pra gente confiar no intendente, né? Uma surpresa.
We're stopped at a checkpoint manned by White Street officers whose sneers are tighter than their uniforms. I get the feeling these are no shift-clocking schlubs. All whitecaps stink like rotten pork, but these ones seem to be wrapped in fancier dumplings.
Who are they?
If I had to guess, White Street Intelligence. General Eli's secret police.
Oh boy.
You said it. Just keep cool. After a moment of tense quiet, they wave us through.
All right, move along.
Apparently, we're not the particular field mice these hawks are hunting for, and I'm not about to give them a second chance to swoop. As we burn Aether and leave them behind, I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding.
Whew. I hope that won't be a problem on the way back.
Então a gente vai ser parado algumas vezes, nem sempre por bandidos, né? Eventos irão acontecer realmente no mapa.
If the lifeblood of White Street is industrial refuse, then the scrapyard is its beating heart. From his steel parapet overlooking the yard, the quartermaster governs this realm of rubble with determination.
Tá. Ele tem prato aqui.
Like his scrapyard, the quartermaster's in a perpetual state of activity. Maybe a nice turkey club once in a while might have resulted in fewer gray hairs for the old soldier. Not while he's here. The quartermaster is a decorated veteran and displays his war memorabilia with pride. Strikes me as odd. From what I've heard about the Philippines, wouldn't you want to forget? The massive cargo elevator locals call the Beanstalk is one of the last remnants of pre-Aether tech, relying on grit, machinery, and braided steel to plunder the refuse of the old world. The main lot is in constant noisy motion, a cacophony of combustion engines and sparking steel. When you look past the grime, it's a place of ferocious efficiency and discipline. I spot a crate of water filter parts inside the quartermaster's office. Can't lift him while he's standing there, though.
Ah, tem que roubar. Fazer roubar.
The quartermaster would have a friendly, likable face if it wasn't lined with the stress and fatigue of a lifetime of devotion to Eli. It's clear as we approach he's neglecting 7 other things by talking to us. Sergeant Major Lutzko? I'm Gia Rendazzo, and this is Nellie.
Pleasure, girls. Sorry about the state of things around here. I don't often host such fine company. What brings you to the scrapyard?
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. You see, we're looking for...
Just a few minutes of your time, then we'll get out of your hair. Sir, how do you get along with the Aetherians in White Street?
They keep to their own, mostly. That's fine by me. Why?
Well, they're not getting the supplies they need to survive, you see.
And you're what? Their lord?
Ih, rapaz, perseguição. Algumas ações atraem pressão. Alta pressão melhora os testes de talento de valentia, mas piora os testes de astúcia. Baixa pressão faz o oposto. Alta pressão também traz mais inimigos ao combate. Mas foi ela que falou, não foi eu?
Is there something?
His eyelid twitches. He's getting impatient already.
Aqui os dois aqui vai dar na mesma, né? Fala mansa. Estrategista. Qual que eu desbloqueei um? Acho que nenhum dos dois, né? Perguntar sobre ele.
So I take it you served with General Tillinghast, is that right? Where were you posted?
Yeah, the Philippines. Tough tour. Wouldn't have made it without the general. Saved my sorry hide more times than I care to count. But you don't want to hear about all that.
I think you must have been very brave to do what you did. And it's plain to see you and the General are very close. He's lucky to have you around, I think.
Vai perceber que tava ajudando ele.
You're sweet as a Georgia peach, ain't you? Thanks, Missy. He's an extraordinary man. A real visionary, you know?
And what's he envisioning for White Street exactly?
The General's been beating back the Huns at our gates for as long as anyone can remember. You mark my words, ladies. These islands will never fall. And one day they'll be shinier than the heights.
Stars fill the old soldier's eyes, a proud stiffness rejuvenating his weary frame. Talking about his boss transforms him into a younger and more zealous figure. It's almost tender, in a strange, skin-crawling kind of way. You deal with a lot of lawyer types?
There are Aether lawyers? Do they go to law school? Can they go to law school? What sort of law do they practice?
The sneaky kind, sweetheart. Yes, the rats have pet snakes, and thankfully, no, we don't get a lot of them up here.
Oh.
Burrowed into their libraries of theirs, poring over contracts, looking for loopholes, taking advantage of the system, making a lot of red tape and wasted time for people like me.
He scowls. I decide it's best we ease off. Well, that's just what we want to avoid. Forget I said anything.
Cara, dá na mesma, né? Pô, mas faz parte da história, né, cara? Será que tem como dar errado isso aqui? Estrategista.
Look, we don't want to waste your time. You got a job to do, and so do we. We're here to make sure the Aetherians get what they need. Can you help? He sighs and wipes his brow, like a boxer who just learned that the fix is in.
It's always something with those people. What are they whining about this time?
They need parts to repair a water filtration system.
Yeah, well, it's wartime. Supplies are tight all around. You know what? I'm gonna be really busy in my office for a while. Stuck staring at paperwork. I assume you can show yourselves out?
It isn't permission. The old bastard would kill me if we ever ended up on opposite sides of a fight. But it's a chance. We can. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah. Thanks for dropping by, ladies.
With a forced smile, he picks up a clipboard and walks off, shouting orders down at machine operators and leaving us to look out over the yard alone. The gangway behind us squeals under a heavy step, and I turn to see a black-clad stiff trying to pass us a counterfeit smile. He puts down a half-drunk carton of milk and goose steps into our path, ever so politely blocking our exit.
Good afternoon. Intelligence Officer
Cara, quem é esse agora, cara? Foi difícil tirar outro cara daqui, agora vem você. Oficial Randall Pitt.
His feet are welded to the iron below, and the pins on his jacket identify him as one of the highest-ranking hogs in the White Street pen. There's no moving this one unless he wants to move. Gia Randazzo, and this is my sister, Nell.
A pleasure, madams. And what, may I ask,
is the purpose of your meeting with Quartermaster Lutzko today?
What's it to you, Mac? The officer's eyes flick upward, scanning my face with the practiced arrogance of a bully who's never had to throw a single punch. I return his gaze with a frosted steel stare of my own.
Miss Randazzo, was it? Just a few questions and you can be on your way. No need for you to escalate this.
His reptilian eyes flick from me to Nellie, greedily drinking in her details. This one's the type to seek out power and authority purely as an excuse to start fires wherever he wants. And he's oily enough to be a hazard around any